All right, family. Black Power is the truth hour with General Sarasun Seti kick back. Get ready for some information that's guaranteed to be heavy. That's right, family. We are excited to say we are now accepting members. That's right, for the Sarasun Seti YouTube page, a dynamic page, of course. We already know what it is. You see the pinnacle of Black Power, you already know. And so again, we set up memberships. The link is down in the video description. Matter of fact, let me get it up here. Cause I didn't came. Let me get it in there for you, family. That's right here. Let me get it in there for you. Put it in there. That's right. You click the link. You feel me? And check out the memberships if you like it. Join. If not, you still welcome over here at General Seti's Sarasun Seti's YouTube page. Of course, you family, and you're always welcome. That's right. Ring the alarm, kingseti.com, online marketplace. That's right. The official General Sarasun Seti DVD lectures, T-shirts and hoodies, and what a summer catalog we got for your family. We got a powerful lineup. You need to get over there right now and check it out, because I know you're trying to, get your summer wear together, get your gear together. You feel me? And we got that. We got what you need. We got the Black Power. You see, we got the cultural elements, and of course it's divine. You see what I'm saying? And so we got about 30 new shirts up for the kings and queens out there. Get over there immediately. When you get to kingseti.com, click the new. You click the new button. And when you do that, it's going to bring you to all the new lineup. Matter of fact, why not? Why not wait? Why not just let me throw it on in there for you? You see what I'm saying? Let me throw it on in there for you. You click that link and boom. You understand what I'm saying? Make sure your jaw gonna drop. So make sure you're in safety. You understand? Because when you see them, your jaw gonna drop. And so we also got the African and Kemetic jewelry, holistic tonics and remedies. We also got home decor for the family. You see, and so check us out, kingseti.com online marketplace. Pull the fire alarm. That's right, generalseti.com. SETI University, over 1,000. Did you hear what I just said? Over 1,000 video presentations on African history, heritage, spirituality, nation building, uh, mental warfare, Black economics, education. You see, advanced African academics developing the Black nation one lesson at a time. That's right, the complete General Sarasun Seti website. So get over there immediately with 1,000. It ain't nothing but hot sauce up there. So if you're looking for the hot sauce, that's the place to be. You see what I'm saying? You're looking for the hot sauce and them jalapenos, that presentations, that's where you go and get that fire. Let me drop it in there for you. And so you can click the link and immediately begin to think. That's right. And of course, SETI be popping on Patreon. We getting down this evening with 25 facts. 25 facts to prove that the Olmecs came from the Nile Valley. It's a powerful presentation. We lining it up. People out there seeing we becoming closer and closer with our African history, and so they might do anything and say anything to deter us from that. But we got to continue to drop these daggers on them. So there's nothing they could do or nothing that they can say, because truth is all powerful. It's all powerful. Ain't nothing you could do. And so get over there to the Patreon, of course, and make sure you subscribe to all my YouTube channels: King Seti, General Seti, Sarasun Seti. I said General Seti. Make sure you rock that notification bell, get a video, a thumbs up Like it because you love it. Share it with your family and friends and comment, comment, comment. Just don't say nothing stupid because I will ban your ass. Now, here we go. U.S. Black farmers lost $326 billion worth of land in the 20th century. Did you hear what I said? $326 billion worth of land. You see? And so, when we hear people talking about, and it's a lot of people out there talking about reparations, and they should. And we should be pressing the government and these peoples to give us what they owe us. But a lot of people, I don't hear people talking about, the things, because people act like we asking them for a handout. You see what I'm saying? Oh, we looking, and you hear people talking about, like silly doctor, what's his name? Dr. Phil with his silly ass. Talking about if you give, no, let's talk about what y'all took on top of us working, our people's working for over 300 and some odd years. You see? What about all this land that been taken? We got to talk about that. You see what I'm saying? Because nobody seems to be bringing that up. That was taken. And this is being documented, not just, you know what I'm saying, somebody, made a mistake and sold it. No, we talking about where they were forced off the land, Ku Klux Klan type of, operations going on, saying black farmers in the United States lost roughly 326 billion worth of acreage during the 20th century, according to the first study to quantify the present day value of that loss. Land loss is a contributor to the racial wealth gap in the United States, and an issue that has marred the relationship between the U.S. Department of Agriculture and minority farmers. Okay, we're not a minority, but we're gonna read it as we see it. Wealth and land is one way in this country that you're able to grow opportunity for your family. Okay, says Diana Francis, professor of economics at the University of Massachusetts, Boston, and lead author of the study published on Sunday in the American Economic Association's paper and Proceedings Journal. When huge groups of African Americans were denied that opportunity, it speaks to the integrational wealth gap that opened up in part due to this type of land loss, Francis said. The land loss was due to discriminatory USDA lending policies and forced sales of co-owned land called heirs properties, among other factors, the study said. Okay, now I was looking at that. When you got these heirs property where, family don't necessarily put it in one person's name, and, you got so many heirs, and, and all you need is a couple of them that, want to sell, and the whole property is sold. You understand what I'm saying? And that, that just show you, how, and even some of our people, how weak they is, to, sabotage the whole family for a couple goddamn dollars, where they could have to the family. They rather go outside because what these Cro-Magnums will do. They'll offer one or two a nice little penny. You understand what I'm saying? To force the sale. You understand what I'm saying? And then the others, they only get crumbs. You see what I'm saying? They get crumbs, and they'll put them a couple dollars up under the table, and that just show you how fraudulent, some of these niggas is. But at the same time, They got other ways, scandalous, to get the land from up under you, and a lot of the people was paying the taxes. It wasn't that they weren't paying the taxes, but because, our people wasn't connected to no lawyers and shit back then, you know what I'm saying? And so they didn't know, what was the best way, to make sure that the land was safe, and you understand, and all the I's was dotted and all the T's was crossed. They didn't know that. They just figured if they were paying their taxes, they was okay, and it wasn't okay. What I'm saying, you have to put that in somebody's name. You see what I'm saying? That and make sure, and make them the manager, make them the manager, you know what I'm saying? And let them be the one to sign, and make sure the other peoples get their land, but you make sure you put it under somebody's name. You see, and that way they can't take it. That way they can't take it. And so the land loss, you talking, and so the study calculated the compounded value of declining acreage owned by African Americans between 1920 and 1997 in 17 states, where almost all Black-owned farms were documented using data from the USDA Census of Agriculture. Okay. Census of Agriculture. This is not just theoretical, but empirical, said Dr. Darwick Hamilton, economics professor at the New School, and another of the study's authors. These are real losses that occurred. In 1910, Black farmers owned more than 16 million acres of land, according to experts. In 2017, when the most recent agricultural census was done, that figure was just 4.7 million acres, about 0.5% of all farmland. That's a disgrace. That's a disgrace. That's a disgrace. I looked it up, and it was shocking to me. Who owned the most land? It's crazy. I want y'all to look, and just to show you, man, because people, we got to look at this shit for what it is. We got to look at it for what it is. I want you to see this. I want you to hear this. Okay, where is that at? Nah. It said right there, we own, as of 2017, Black people own 4.7 million acres, about 0.5% of all farmland. Let's look at the largest private owned landowners in the United States. Number one is the Emerson family. The nation's largest private landowners. Okay. California's Emerson family are a prime example, and they own 2.4 million acres. You see, the bulk of that growth was nearly 78,000 acres of Northern California timberland. So they own 2.4. So right there, one white family, has got over half of what 48 million, 45 million, so they say, Africans in America. One white family. They got 2.4 million right there. You see? And so when you go down to number two, let me see if I can see number two. I don't like this one. This one, Let me see. I had it up there because I know that guy Ted Turner's in there. Here it is. I believe no, it wasn't. I thought he was in there though. Ted Turner there on TNT or whatever. Let me get it's down here. John Malone. The Malone Family Land Preservation Foundation. They own 2,200,000. So between them two, the 1 and 2, they got all the lake acres that black people as a major as a whole in the United States. 2 white families got more land than all the niggas in America. Okay, when you get to 3, Reed family, they got 2,100,000. Ted Turner got 2 million. You got Stan Kroenke, 1,670 1,627,000 acres. Irvin family, 1,267,000. Buck family, 1,000,000. And so, I mean, look at this. And you can keep going down to the 15, 18, 20. The family at 20 got 518,000. You see, 25 to 20 got 400,000. At 20, they got 400,000 acres. You see, even Jeff Bezos, he got 420,000. You see, he's at 24. So they got all the goddamn land. You see? It's a lot of land, but you got to understand, you know, when you got government, the government gonna own so much. They ain't gonna, after that, they ain't gonna sell it because the government got to own, you know, so much. That's private. That, you know, and so you got land that they, and so they already got a set number of acres that you can get out there. Okay, I just want you to know it ain't an infinite amount of land. The government got a set number. They ain't gonna fall with it below that number. And then you got land that it can be privately owned. And goddamn it, they got a large part. You understand? They got a large part of it already bought up. And so unless you is able to get them that land from them, ain't no more goddamn land to get. You see what I'm saying? Now, it is some. Don't get me wrong. I don't want nobody, but I'm just saying what it is. They got a large percentage of the land that can be bought. They already done bought the shit. Okay? They got it. And unless they gonna sell it, they own it. And so that's crazy because we had about 16 million acres. Now that's a very different situation. You see what I'm saying? Because you can see, you know, that the top ones, they had about 2 million. You understand what I'm saying? They got 2, but you know, at least it would take 8 of them. You understand what I'm saying? And that's still crazy. You understand? That's still crazy. But that just show you that niggas with money don't do shit. But buy houses and goddamn cars and swimming pools and shit. You see? Yeah. Yeah, they you know. Yeah, that's all they buy. They don't buy no goddamn land. Why ain't none of them on there? You see? They might get a couple, you know, something to go around the house, but they ain't got no goddamn land for real. You see? That just show you where their minds is at. When niggas, even when they got goddamn money, they don't buy nothing but cars and houses and shit and little shit like that, but they ain't got no real wealth in that land. You see what I'm saying? Them goddamn, you know, them crackers got goddamn forests. You know, they got land with forests, so they, you know, they timber. They selling all type of timber, and you know, they got ponds and lakes on the damn land, so they probably got all type of fish farms and so on and so forth. So this is what we talking about. So the thing is, it ain't just no damn money. When we talk about reparation, we want our damn land. And you ain't giving us none because it already showed that y'all, you know, with criminal enterprise that you call government, y'all took a lot of the land that black people own. You see? And so if black people still, and they added on to that, from you know, if they had the mind to move forward in that area, which you would expect them to do, everybody else had gains. So if we had 16 a million acres in 1910, what would we have today if we had more? And so that would put us in a very, you know, in a far more powerful, not just money, with land like that. You know, not only you know, and maybe we can get into some timber. Maybe we can have fish farms. You see what I'm saying? Maybe we can raise cattle. You understand what I'm saying? You got land like that, that's what you're going to do. And so by taking us out of owning that kind of land, that took us out of major enterprise. You see what I'm saying? Took us out of major enterprise when they did that. I was watching even about how they did a Cowie down there in Florida. You see what I'm saying? You know, down there in Florida, you know, in Cowie, and you know, they, you know, the Cro-Magnon went crazy. You understand what I'm saying? Because two brothers want to get the people to vote, and they don't want black people to vote. So, you know, some things went down where they went to the brother house and they had a shootout, and I believe ended up shooting the sheriff. You see what I'm saying? And so they wanted to lynch the, you know, the brothers, and eventually it just turned into a citywide, you understand, lynching, where the black people had to leave out of Ocoee and just left their homes. It wasn't no black people in Ocoee for damn near 50 or 60 years. They just left their home, they left their property. You see, that was in the early 1900s, and I believe the first black person moved back. I don't know why. You can't get me to tell you why. Moved back to Ocoee like in damn near in the 90s. Damn near in the 90s, some black people moved to Ocoee. I don't know why. You see what I'm saying? But they were talking about, you know, getting their land. But it was still core races in the city. They already talking about they ain't going to apologize. I was watching one documentary where the brother, I don't know, the brother was on the Vice network, and he was doing the research. Yeah, he was doing the research. And he went down to the courthouse to do some research to see how people was losing. And this one, you know, this one white man, that's what he do. All he do is find, you know, some people that got, you know, heirs, you know, and you know, and they land is owned by heirs, and they get 2 or 3 of them. You understand what I'm saying? To sell it, and then that just the whole, you know, I seen one brother, he was on the land. He said that the heir they got to sell out. This motherfucker ain't even never been to the state. Never had been to the state, and didn't even know what the land looked like. You see what I'm saying? He had never even met, and it probably was his blood relative, but he never even knew him. You know, and he sold his, you know, and they got 2 or 3 of them to sell, and this brother was actually living on the land, and they kicked him off the land. Kicked him off the land. I say, what kind of shit is this? You see? And so, you know, they act like they doing, you know, they doing us a favor and shit. We talking about getting back a lot of the things that we work for, not, you know, in spite of not getting, you know, paid. And like I say, it ain't like we filled out no damn application, you see, to be no damn slave. We didn't, you know, so when we say this, you know, we got to, you know, we got to be smart about what we saying, because I don't want you to think that, you know, you can pay us for the lynching and the humiliation and the genocide of our people. Okay? But nevertheless, we must state, because here we is today, you understand, 300, 400 years later, in a predicament because our ancestors built this damn nation up and they didn't get nothing out of it. Now you got people coming from all over the goddamn world to come to America to benefit from this country, many of them benefiting far greater than we are in many ways, you see, based off of what our ancestors did. That, you know, we can't let that happen like that. You see what I'm saying? And so, you know, so of course, yes, you can't pay it, but goddamn it, you got to come on in. You see what I'm saying? You got to come on in. This is why black people are in the predicament they in today. You see, you know, this is the predicament we in today, and we need more than just cash. You understand what I'm saying? Our people need, you know, free education. And we need to get the hell on away from here, ultimately. I'm just real. I don't know what this is, but, you know, it's something that needs to be talked about. Do you see what I'm saying? Where we can get us some goddamn land and go do what we want to do. You understand what I'm saying? Because can't nobody do for us like we could do for ourselves. You see what I'm saying? But see, that's where we have to go back and revisit some of them leaders like Booker T. Washington, who was trying to develop technical and skilled labor. You see what I'm saying? Making clothes, making shoes, dentistry, and all of that. He was like, fuck all that. Let's deal with some things that we can really change our community with. You see what I'm saying? And Marcus Garvey was coming over here. You see what I'm saying? And you see, to meet with Booker T, but he passed before Marcus Garvey could get over here, because Marcus Garvey most definitely was going to intertwine the plan of Booker T. Washington, and many people need to go back and revisit that. You see what I'm saying? Yes, you know, because we got a lot of family out here. They got skills. They got skills, and Marcus Garvey was like, well, shit, if you got skilled laborers and they ain't getting no damn jobs, and they ain't, you know, then we should take our ingenuity and our skills and build up our own damn nation. The hell you sitting around waiting on this Cro-Magnon to put you in a predicament to do better than him? What makes you think he would do that? You see what I'm saying? So yes, when we talking about repairing people, we need, you know, the skilled labor, you know, the skills, the education. You see, we need our land. You see, we need access to machinery. We need access to machinery so we could take care of the land. If we cutting wood, all of that, we need that. You understand what I'm saying? And we need years of, in case the shit break down. You ain't just gonna give us one. We need just as many years as it took you to fuck us up. We need some years to get it going. You understand what I'm saying? So as we get our land, we might want to go into timber. We might want to have fish. We might want to, we might want to have, you know, cattle. And so we need to be able to cut the cattle up and sell the meat and this, that, and the third. We need machinery. We need them things. And so that's a part of it. I don't see niggas talking about that. Shit, that's greater than goddamn money. You see what I'm saying? Because when you get that shit going and you got access to that in industry, you understand? Yes, the money is still us. That's still coming to us. But you can't lose that and still don't have no ingenuity whatsoever to build your people up again. And so we don't want to be in that predicament. We want education. You see what I'm saying? In business, in all of that. so we understand the value of the damn money. You see what I'm saying? We need that type of education to understand the value of it. You understand what I'm saying? And how to invest it. You see what I'm saying? So it can flip for us. And while that is working, we need our land and we need machinery. We need the education. You see what I'm saying? We don't need to pay no fucking taxes. We don't. We done already paid every goddamn thing. We didn't provided other races that come over here benefit of coming to America. You understand what I'm saying? And building up industry off of the backs of our ancestors. You see? Land. Malcolm X said land is the basis of independence. Is the basis of nation. If you ain't got no goddamn land, you ain't got nothing. You see what I'm saying? That's the basis, because you understand, just like I done pointed out. Simple as that. As soon as you understand what's on that land, you got money. But you need the machinery and you need the know-how and the skills how to make the money. You see what I'm saying? And you could do that. It ain't gonna take us long, because a lot of us already have some knowledge. We ain't starting at zero. You see, a lot of us already got some knowledge, and all we had to do is build and consolidate our moves. You see what I'm saying? And our political thought as a community. And man, all that trying to do that shit on your own, we have to be in a union, a black union of farmers and owners and business people, to make sure that, because if we all are doing well, that is the fortress that will guard and protect the whole, not no individual. If you stand as an individual, they'll pick you off as an individual. But if you stand as a community, then we can have defense and security in community. U.S. black farmers lost $326 billion worth of land in the 20th century. And we'll talk on this in the near future at a greater level. I'm gonna come back to this, because we're not going nowhere. We're not going nowhere. You see? Ain't doing nothing with it. They ain't doing nothing with the land. Well, you got to come up with some ideas. You got to come up with some proposals. Come up with some proposals. Start somewhere, man. Get you some seeds. See if they'll let you throw some seeds out there. Get it going. Do you understand what I'm saying? Told you they could worry about it well, you know how some of our family is, man. We love them, but they, our people been lethargic for a long time. You understand what I'm saying? But you got to stay in that state of mind where you know what time it is, no matter what, because somebody got to break the cycle. Why not you? Why not you, family? We got a few more live streams we talking about, and stay on that. Don't worry. Pick at their ass. Pick at them. That's right. Till they tell you don't even come over. You understand? They ain't gonna mean it, but you got to pick at them. Okay. Well, you know what? Drop me a link. Drop me a link. We'll talk about it. Y'all know my link. Drop me a link. This is General Sarah Seti and saying, hey, arm yourself with knowledge. Bang on that wicked ass beast daily. Liberation through African education and confrontation. That's right. Black power.